Hampshire, continuing our visit with a couple of the founding members of this Northsound Racing Show. Carla and Gaylon Stewart are here. And also we are going to speak to one of the racers on their series. Her name is Ariel Biggs, and she is on the phone with us right now. Hi, Ariel. Welcome to Northsound Racing.
Thanks for having me here, guys. I am super excited to talk to you all tonight.
Well, thanks. Where do we find you at, Ariel? Where do you live?
Well, right now I still have boxes, haven't quite unpacked yet, but I'm in Santa Clarita, California.
Okay, yeah, I was hoping you were going to give us an physical address or something like that. That would
that wouldn't be good.
Although you're far enough away, it probably wouldn't matter. But good to have you on our show. Tom had recommended that we get you on, and he said this will tie in real nicely because we have Carla and Gaylon Stewart here from the Northwest Focus Midgets. Ryan is here, and you got kind of a twofold deal going on. Tom, kind of clue us in. What's up with this girl?
Yeah, Ariel, talk a little bit. I mean, I know you've been running a Ford Focus Midget. You've been doing some pavement racing with the Washington Midget Racing Association, but you were also involved with a driver development program Bill McAnally put on. Talk a little bit about that, what it entailed, and just how it would go.
Yeah, it was the Napa Filter Driver Expo Power by Toyota with Bill McAnally Racing. We raced at Roseville. I actually got involved in it through the World of Speed Museum in Wilsonville, Oregon, through a connection with Lynn St. James. She told me to contact them to get some late model experience. And it started out as just testing in the late model, and then it just exploded into this 11-driver invitational, drivers from all over the world. We were in the classroom for at least 12 hours with hosts like Larry McReynolds and Ken Clapp and, of course, Bill McNally and their staff. And they just taught us what it takes to move up through the ranks in NASCAR. And we also got to spend probably 4 or 5 hours on the track, made at least 100 laps in the K&N cars, which was, completely brand new coming from dirt. And the Focus deal, they're big and heavy, and it was a blast.
So is there an opportunity that maybe you'll do some racing for the Napa team out of California, or is this just kind of a test and see how it goes?
Coming into it, it was just kind of a test, get some experience in the late model. The connection's there. Bill said, contact us anytime you need anything. We do have to get our K&N license, and first that's going to entail running super late models or NASCAR modifieds here in California. So right now, that's kind of the direction we're headed in.
So what would be then your home track if you got into the super late model side of things, Ariel?
Probably Irwindale or Kern County Speedway, but I've been really interested in the Madera track because I know they've got a lot going on with MAV TV. They've got a really great car count. I believe Blaine Rocha raced. He tested with us at K&N, and he came out of that series. So there's just a ton of opportunity. I don't know if I can really claim a home track down here.
You've spent a lot of time in a midget, and we have a couple of people here, Carla Stewart, and I had to stop and make sure I do that right because I did it wrong before, and Ryan Cully. And Ryan is going to, I think, do some announcing for the Ford Focus Midget group in the Pacific Northwest, and Ryan's got a couple of questions for you, so go ahead, Ryan.
Oh, I was just interested, Ariel, when you said 12 hours in the classroom. I was just wondering what, the best piece of advice you took away from that would be, the best piece of information that was given.
It's hard to pin it down to one. I think if anything was just the seriousness of taking driving as a career. I think it was Larry McReynolds said, there are 43 jobs in NASCAR. This is one of the smallest job markets in the world, and you're going for one of those jobs. You have to put everything into it, and I think it was quoted 3 times during the whole thing. You have to be relentless.
So that's pretty serious.
Sorry.
Sorry, you ruined me there.
Show us how you be relentless, Ariel. give us a demonstration on your relentlessness skills.
110%. Just watch one of our videos.
There you go. That works. Go ahead, Ryan. Whoa, you did catch him off guard.
Yeah.
Well, Ariel, awesome. we're looking forward to racing with you again down at Lemoore and Ventura next weekend.
So excited to have you guys come down here. I've been back and forth with Michael Wolbrick and Tristan Thomas, and it's going to be awesome. I heard they're going to have some HPD motor cars down here possibly, so it should be interesting.
Yeah, we have 8 teams coming down.
What are your
awesome.
What are your thoughts on the Hondas showing up down there?
We're racing on some really small tracks, and often, like at Ventura, they go dry slick. So it just depends on, setup. I don't really know how much more horsepower these Hondas are going to have than us, if any at all, or if there's going to be any restrictions put on them just for the season. So I guess we'll find out when we get there.
Hey, Ariel, I'm kind of, for a little clarity to this situation, you were originally from, the Hoquiam area. You've done a lot of racing up here. Now California is going to be permanent home? Are you back and forth? What's your plans for 2016?
So next season, my first car owner, Don Emery, was super, super generous. He gave us the car that we were racing 2 seasons before and said, go race in California. So our plan is to drop an open motor in that, run the Western States Midget Series, and hopefully play into that some modified or late model stuff. But, it all depends on opportunity, who wants to partner with us and come on board so we can get this plan funded. It's all variable right now.
What do you think, part of this Northwest Focus Midgets, which to us up here, Ariel, is, and Carla, of course, I know you'll correct me if I'm wrong, but is still kind of new to us up here. And do you guys have a lot of that? Is this a fairly popular class down in your part of California, Ariel?
It's actually not. As I've been talking to teams, all of them reference to what Carla and Gaylon have been doing, that is just the most competitive team, most competitive Focus Series in the nation. Down here, they get maybe 8 cars, so it's not that big. But they're picking up. They've got tons of late model stuff down here. They're more into the stock cars.
Now, are you, as far as trying to expand your late model horizons, have you got a deal lined up and something you can rely on and that'll be there for you? Let's say if you were to get into a weekly racing series program.
Not yet. We're still working on funding. I have a couple of teams that we're talking to, but nothing is official.
Are you hooked up with some sponsors that just sponsor Ariel Biggs? Is there, no matter where you go, though, you'll be able to rely on their help?
We actually just brought on board this morning Dave Reeves, Complete Auto in Santa Clarita. He just came on board with us. He's starting with one race, and then we'll see how things go into next season. So we're kind of depending a lot on this little 3-race tour we're doing here in Southern California.
So if things work out, this could be a pretty cool deal for you then, huh?
It could be. It could be. There's so much going on in Southern California, a ton of opportunity down here. So we're looking forward to 2016.
Well, Ariel, we're going to miss you up here next year, but you're going to have one heck of a crowd of people cheering for you down there. And maybe Northwest Focus Midgets could do something for some kind of sponsorship.
That would be absolutely awesome.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Oh, thank you. Is there anything that you think the Focus Series has helped you with that's going to prepare you for your next step of this racing journey?
Absolutely. They have been the family that's kind of brought me up from the bottom. I've learned so much from these guys. And just because our drivers, we're getting new drivers in every year and seasoned drivers, there's so much you can learn from this class and from these people. I can take a ton.
Do you prefer the asphalt side of things, or do you prefer to run it on the dirt tracks, Ariel?
Oh, that's such a hard question. Everybody asks that. I love dirt. Dirt open wheel is where my heart's at, and if I could just drive a 4-ton sprint car for the rest of my life, even if I was sleeping on a couch, I think I'd be happy.
That's an awesome answer.
We haven't dabbled enough in any big asphalt fields yet to really get a feel for what it's like. So dirt's where my heart's at right now.
I'm guessing, though, that if you want to make this thing go and move to that next level, dirt will help you so much, but without that pavement experience, it's not going to happen. Is that kind of the game plan? I think when you look at a cup environment, those guys that have been on dirt are really good because they can figure out how to make a car work as the race goes along, the fuel load comes off and everything else. But you've got to have the pavement experience. Is that why you're aiming towards maybe going more into the pavement midget racing or the modified racing? And if you are, we need to hook you up with a young man named Eddie Secord who does a lot of modified racing down there.
You sure that's wise?
Yeah.
Oh, you nailed that one right on the head. That is absolutely it. If you want to race, you got to be in NASCAR.
Yeah, no, we were questioning the selection
Eddie Secord is
of potential guys.
No, Eddie Secord does a great
guy.
job and does a lot of loves that modified pavement racing, and he seriously might be a guy that could, maybe introduce you to some people and maybe help you along the way. So maybe off air I'll get you a phone number and I'll do an introduction for you with Eddie, because he's run a late model. He's run a Pro 4 car on pavement, but he runs that modified. He loves that modified class down there. And if that's what you're looking to do, maybe he could help you a little bit, because that's, I think, what you're going to need to do if you want to make that line. And, there's a lot of people running 410 sprint cars and a lot of them are sleeping on the couch. So.
Yeah, it would get a couch sponsor and you'll be good to go.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, Ariel, thank you so much. If you want, I'll put you on hold and Tom can get you hooked up, or he's got your number too. But yeah, getting you hooked up with Eddie Secord would be a really, really cool deal. So I'll put you on hold.
I'll tell you what, I'll try and get that for you, and I'll email you that information tomorrow. Okay?
Yeah, that'll work too.
That'd be fantastic.
And if not, Ariel, you have my phone number. Give me a buzz.
Yeah, no, we're if nothing, we're here to help. So. We sure appreciate you taking time out to be on our show tonight, Ariel. It was nice to get to meet you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me on. I'm glad I got to meet you guys, too, and talk with Gaylon and Carla again.
Yeah, well,
we'll see you a week from tomorrow.
Yep, they're on their way.
You guys too?
Yeah, they will. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ariel. Appreciate your time.
All right, thank you.
All right, take
Bye.
care. Thank you. Ariel Biggs, nice young lady, and she can be on this show anytime. She is...